Welcome. It's Dem Boys Watch Footy. We're down one of them boys this weekend. PJ couldn't make it. He went to go travel for a wedding, and then as well, it was Mother's Day weekend, so he's traveling with some fam now. But yeah, you got us two. It's E and Waj. How's it
What
going?
it is, what it is. Happy
Well,
Monday.
yeah, happy Monday. Hope all the mothers were did well.
Yeah, blessings
Got
to
to,
all the moms out there.
yeah, it was a really well in New York. It was a very rainy Sunday, but overall, I feel as though it was a good time for all, especially within the footy world. You got a lot of different,
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of
it was
different things
dramatic.
going on all over the world.
Dramatic for some, traumatic for others.
Yes, we got the hope, and then we also have like the slump of impending doom about to hit us.
Mm.
Yeah, wanted to thank all of our listeners. Continue giving the boys watch footy a chance. We are available on YouTube. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Right now, the Premier League is the only league in Europe right now that doesn't have a champion already sorted out. It's going into the last weekend of the season next Sunday, Super Sunday, as they say now. Arsenal and Man City are buying it out for the title. Arsenal had a 1-0 win over Manchester United this past weekend.
Yes, indeed.
It was a little bit of a droll affair, but hey, I'll
Yeah.
take that dub.
Joel Affair was that's even like a nice way to put it. I mean, I felt like Arsenal was playing way too skittishly and Manu was just nowhere to be found.
Yeah, and
Like,
then the ocean just opened up out of the sky, and it was a huge flood coming out of that roof. I don't know what's going on at Old Trafford, the Theater of Dreams, but it's now turned into an aquarium.
of nightmares.
Yeah, yeah, aquarium of nightmares right there. Like just a very dilapidated state. So as we were talking about in our last week's episode, Manchester United is deteriorating in front of our eyes as a brand, as a sporting institution. So it's not been great to be a part of, but the banter is on, and I couldn't be happier that it's happening to Manchester United.
Of all people, yeah, right now I'm very happy with
Yeah,
it. Everyone needs to go through one of these draw periods,
everybody
just dark
needs to.
days.
Arsenal hasn't won a Premier League title in 20 years, and this is our best chance out of all the years. So, our adversary in the title race, Manchester City, they play tomorrow against Tottenham, our big rival. So, what do we think of Tottenham?
Uh,
Uh, they're
uh,
they're great.
yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
great. They're
Good
great. They're
guys, good
great.
guys. Wishing them the best.
Usually that chant is a little bit more derogatory, but this time we need them to get a result. Tottenham, they huge rivals. That's our biggest, bloodiest rival as Arsenal fans here, and I can't believe that we need some divine intervention, some intervention from them, just something, a
Right? Not
positive
even a
result.
win, just a draw.
Yeah, we just need
I'm,
a positive result. Manchester City to drop some points. Some good things on our side is Manchester City has not scored a goal in their attempts at the new White Hart Lane. So we'll see what happens.
that's one of those stats you just bring out and hope it just continues just for us, just to work out just for us. Way too many times the commentators will say one of those stats like, this team hasn't been scored against this team in the past 17 years. And then boom, 3-0 lost. And it's like, bro,
Exactly.
why'd you bring out that stat?
Yeah, why did you? It's the commentator's curse, but can only hope that it's a boon for us right now.
Exactly. I'll take all the weird stats you can pull out of your hat.
Yeah, hey, we got to because right now Tottenham is also fighting for a place in the European Champions League.
Yes, indeed.
Um, we just saw earlier today, Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa just drew 3-3 against Liverpool today. That was an insane game, I must
Yep.
say.
Duran. Oh my God, John
Yeah,
Duran.
Duran, player. He
Two
scored two
goals,
quick
3 minutes.
goals in 3 minutes, and he kind of stole the show in that second half. It was a really poor display by the World Cup goalkeeper Emi Martinez, former Gooner. He let in a very shocking own goal in the first 2 minutes of the match. We can only go from here. I mean, Aston Villa, they drew, so it gave Tottenham some hope. And the Spurs, they need some hope. If you want to get into Europe in the top league, you get that extra money, which Daniel
Hmm.
Levy is clamoring for. Daniel Levy is the chairman for the Tottenham Hotspurs, and he takes care of all of their business finances. And European Champions League brings in so much commercial money. It would be remiss to say, even though the fans of Tottenham don't want to win, internally they need that money to continue moving.
Yo,
So
Big Ange wants that money for next season. Okay, Big Ange is going to make some big moves as long as
yeah,
they make it into Europe. And
yeah,
right now,
yeah.
I mean, look, they're at 63 points right now. Uh, Newcastle's obviously right behind them with Aston Villa right in front, but I mean, they're going to make it into the Europa right now. They're sitting pretty. You know, they
Yeah.
make even with their win tomorrow that they will give us.
I'm
They can
hoping
make it
for
into
just the
Europe.
draw. Just the draw is good.
Even with a draw, they can make it into Europe. You know, provided that Aston Villa, makes some mistakes.
Yeah, well, we can only hope and dream. I mean, Aston Villa, they had some big boys in watching the match today. Tom Hanks, he's a big Aston Villa supporter. He was actually at the match today, and he gave them a little bit of luck, a little bit of a boost. It must seem that that special celebrity push that's been going all around in footy lately. We saw with our boy Leandro Trossard ever since Anne Hathaway had said some great news to Leandro. He's just been on a tear. I think
Right?
it's been
Thank you,
about
Anne Hathaway.
yeah. Thank you, Anne Hathaway. It's been like 4 or 5 goals since that she said, "Hey, I got to really watch my team." So Tom Hanks gave Aston Villa a little bit of support. So we'll see how it ends up for them at the end of this season. Uh, so yeah, that is our quick weekend roundup within the Premier League. Another team that I really want to shout out right now is Bayer Leverkusen. Right
Oh
now, they
man,
are already the champions of the German Bundesliga, and as well they are undefeated. They're currently on a 50-game unbeaten run. Some black sorcery, some black magic going on there because
I'm
they
loving it.
cannot lose. Like
I'm loving it right
uh,
now.
they've had many chances within the last 2 weeks to lose. They are undefeated in all competitions in this campaign. So big ups to them.
Yeah,
Really good to see.
Xabi Alonso is a genius for staying. I think he's gonna do. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, obviously he can do even more with the team next, coming into next season. But just like, yeah, great work done by him and the whole team, and of course, big ups to our big man Granit Xhaka.
Oh yeah,
Who joined Leverkusen this season after an illustrious, well, illustrious at the very end, but a rock and roller um, career over at Arsenal. So yeah, I mean Leverkusen talk about
yeah.
50 games unbeaten. I mean, who would have
That's
thought
a
that?
that is an insane stat because Arsenal's undefeated run. We only had around we were 38 matches unbeaten just in the Premier League. So the fact that they are
Hmm.
50 matches unbeaten within all competitions,
Right?
Europa, their the Pokal, which is their version of the FA Cup or the U.S. Open Cup, and then as well in the Bundesliga. It's big ups to them, whatever their project is going. Like it just got to keep it moving into the next year.
Yeah, yeah. He's staying next year, and it's going to be. I think it's a great future ahead. And of course, they have the final with Atalanta, which is just going to be a really great game. So
Yeah,
can't wait to watch that one.
Atalanta from Serie A. And yeah, I want to push on to our next quick hits. Right now, want to start because we are moving into the summer period, spring into summer. Right now, what is a really big thing that we're seeing is transfers are going to start coming up. We're going to start having all of these international tournaments are going to unearth some gems. You're going to get people leaving different clubs all around the world. Some big rumors, some big transfers that have already happened within the MLS side as their season is really starting to kick off within the summer periods here in the U.S. Uh, Oliver Giroud, he is a World Cup winning striker, uh, former Arsenal, former Chelsea, former AC Milan now. He is now confirmed that he's going to LAFC.
Mm,
So that
mm,
is a
mm.
huge move for him.
Giroud.
That
Root.
is a very big man things.
Congratulations, LA.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
they're getting a baller. He top striker.
scorpion
They're
kicker.
yeah, that is
Just every football fan's naked man of the year. I mean, geez, remember that? Remember that photo?
oh man. That man has brought so many eyes from so many different women into the sport. It's been insane to see.
Oh my goodness, yeah! Congrats to him. He had such an amazing career. I think his, especially just going to be potentially finishing it out in LA
Yep.
is just going to be such I think what do they call it? A little tip on the bonnet,
Yep.
something on the
Yep.
bonnet, something like that.
It's going to be a big boon, and he's going to get some welcome love over there in LA. So, yeah, really good to see that. Now, for some rumors as well within the MLS, we got two pretty big shocking ones. So, Oliver Giroud's compatriot from France, Antoine Griezmann, former Barcelona, former Atletico Madrid, former Real Sociedad player, he is also rumored to be going to LAFC. So that was a little bit of a shocker, just because of the MLS designated player rules going on. So I don't know what other players they have that can be paid that max contract that the MLS salary cap allows, but that was something that was pretty crazy to see.
Do you think he'll actually go?
I definitely think he'll go. Like,
I,
what's stopping him coming to the U.S.? You do all the great things over in Europe, and you get to enjoy the time. LA is a beautiful space when you actually
mhm.
have the cash flow to be over there, not having to worry about taxes killing you. But yeah, like it's a beautiful countryside. It has everything that you possibly could want. Family and kids are going to enjoy it, and yeah, I could see it being a good thing for them.
Yeah, well, yeah, good. If he goes, good luck to Antoine Griezmann. That'd be an absolutely amazing, again, hopeful, finish to the career. But I don't know. Does he still want to stay in Europe for a little bit longer? Or does he just want to, go kill it in MLS like the rest of his friends?
Hey, I mean, I'm seeing everybody's still coming over to Inter Miami. So what I'm seeing are all of
Exactly.
these top ballers are going to warm places in the
Right.
U.S. They're thinking like, oh, I can still play, still get paid, and then also get to be in beautiful spaces. I think that's the trifecta right there. And then the big shocking one. This one's been gaining a lot of steam over the weekend. Manchester City and Belgium international Kevin De Bruyne. He has been tapped up to play for recently uh, moving into MLS within the next year, San Diego United. Um, there has been a huge groundswell of rumors going on this past weekend, saying Kevin De Bruyne is going to get a bid from San Diego United to play for their squad.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold in this laughter, bro. Like, get out of here.
Hey, I
Yo,
mean, I don't know what this actual plan was, but the other rumor that I also saw was Sergio Ramos, former Real Madrid player, also could be joining him at San Diego United.
I
So
could see Sergio Ramos before I see
Kevin De
Kevin De
Bruyne,
Bruyne. But I mean, look, Kevin De Bruyne is 32. It could be his last big contract. But again, San Diego United for Kevin De Bruyne. That's what we're good. That's what we're gonna finish it out.
San Diego is an awesome place. Like
I'm sure. I was just
if
there. It's a beautiful place.
if you can get over and enjoy it, like why
Man,
not? But
that better be some Scrooge McDuck money.
exactly. I mean, nobody's getting the Messi contract where he actually has rights into the Apple TV deal.
No,
So
no.
nobody's getting that. But if you can get something a little bit off the top, you never know.
Absolutely. I just feel like Kevin De Bruyne has got one more big European
I
club in him.
I think he has definitely one more European club left in him. Probably two more campaigns left within the Premier League.
Hmm.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, he's getting hacked to hell a lot of the
Yep.
time by a lot
Yep.
of these
His injuries
squads.
are
They're
mounting
starting to
up these
catch up.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're starting to really catch up, but we'll
Yeah.
see. I mean,
Sheesh. Maybe you just do go to San Diego and enjoy that sun, and
exactly.
just like make amazing passes and goals all day and then just go drink Mai Tais on the beach. I mean,
Exactly. What we're really saying, like we said before, a lot of these ballers just coming over for a new life, the American dream right there.
right? I mean, yeah, that'd really be the American dream.
Exactly.
Good luck, Kevin De Bruyne. I
Good
mean,
luck.
if he goes, at least I'll be a little bit happy because he just won't be playing against Arsenal anymore.
Exactly, but we got to deal with more starlets coming over for the Manchester City City Group plan. So
Oh
we'll
gosh,
see.
yeah.
And some new hits as well with big Americans. Jesse Marsh, former coach of Leeds United over in the English Championship, as well
Don't
as
forget Leipzig.
yeah, I was going there. I was going to talk about the German Bundesliga squad, RB Leipzig. He is now slated to be the coach for Canada. So our neighbors up north, they're getting Jesse March as the new manager. Thoughts?
Man, I mean, I love Jesse Marsh. I think he's a really great coach. It was unfortunate that he couldn't stay in England longer. But you know, it is it's eat or be eaten out there. Um, I think him coming at least, and also being home. I know he was kind of that kind of looked at as that Ted Lasso type of character a little bit being
Mm-hmm.
over in England. But I think with the team like Canada, he could do well with that. I definitely think he can mold that team as long as they give him the time.
Yeah.
Because but especially now he's really matured so much more playing being a manager in Europe, especially with two teams. So yeah, I mean I think if he can go into the Copa America. Sorry, not the Copa America. What am I talking about?
No, you're right.
Oh
The
yeah,
Copa
no,
America.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about the
that's
Copa
coming
America.
in.
What?
That's coming in the
I'm losing my
summer.
mind. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
can go to the Copa America with the team and they can gel properly and get to know his system within enough time, let's see.
I mean, it can only really go up for Canada. Their World Cup showing was not the greatest, but as
Right.
well, their goalkeeper was more of the issue than the actual players. Alfonso Davies right now is rumored to be going to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I don't know how do they have such deep pockets. It's insane, but
It's
um,
Real Madrid.
still though, there's got to be some FFP going on that we're not seeing. but
Yeah, it's Real Madrid.
but yeah, that's true. When they come calling, you can't stop. But
Yeah.
right now, him, Alfonso Davies, and then as well, Canada has a few different ballers.
Yeah.
They have a few ballers that could really gel together. So we'll see how his managerial stint. Like he's being thrown into the fire this summer, which
And he's got
is
a he's does not have an easy group either.
yeah, not at all.
Argentina, Peru, and Chile. I mean,
That's going to be really tough to get through. You have
yeah.
to implement your system with players that are coming off of a very long, grueling season,
Yeah.
and you got to get these people focused and ready to play your brand of footy. So we'll
Hmm.
see how this really pushes forward.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then staying within the Copa America, our final big quick hit of the day is Neymar. He is not going to be in the Copa America squad for Brazil. That's a really big hit to them. Neymar is now playing over for Al Hilal over in Saudi Arabia, and he had a big injury. He's gotten fixed, but I don't believe the Brazilian national team believes that he's fit to be able to play. So yeah,
yeah. And instead
big ups to
they've replaced him with Endrick, the
Yeah.
17-year-old. Once again, is he's keeps coming back into the newspapers.
Hey, this
I mean,
kid,
that's
he just I just watched a video of him doing a celebration where he did a full on monkey dance, and I was like, oh, this man is going to lean into the crazy when he goes to Spain. Okay, like he did the full on monkey celebration. I was just like, wow, okay.
wow.
So he knows what he's about to get into. There's
Hmm.
still a bunch of different racial aspects that are happening all over the globe. Uh, Still needed to be cleaned up. Everybody knows that, but
Most
he's
definitely.
looks like he's going to try to lean into the craziness and try to fix it in his own way.
Well, with Vinny Jr. there and Rodrigo, he'll definitely have his support. So hey, get after it, young blood.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah, and then the reason why you guys listen to us, ease bets.
Dun, 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 dun. We
it
we
was
need we need we need a theme song of this. I
Yeah, we
swear.
need we need to. I'll start calling the editor and figure out how to do. I'm the editor, so we'll figure out how to get this a little bit more fun while hosting. So this past week for Champions League, even though it was a bugaboo, didn't get to see the final that I want. PSG did not win; they lost to Dortmund 1-0. So Dortmund's going on to the final. But the other half of the bet that I gave, Real Madrid winning, I had that, and Real Madrid is moving forward and they advance. So it's going to be Borussia Dortmund versus Real Madrid in the final. So for the actual bets this week, I'm going just to the big game tomorrow for us. That's where I'm starting. I'm starting with
Hit it with us. Hit it.
3-3 draw between Manchester City and Tottenham.
You're
That's where I'm
crazy.
going.
You're crazy.
I feel as though with that high line, Big Ange, I just see it happening, and then the Stone Cold bet of the week. It's going to be Arsenal to win the league. Put it in now. That's what I'm praying for.
Man, I don't even talk about that in public. I don't even say those words. I'll wait for that.
You got to put your money down. You got to stand on business, baby.
Stand on business. I think I've heard that before.
Hey, we stood on business and we made half of our money.
We made half. We did make half. We did make half.
What about you, Waj? What are your bets of the week?
Yeah, Man City Tottenham tomorrow. I'm not going to be go as crazy as you, but I think both teams to score. And I'm praying for a draw. I'm predicting if it's even going to happen, it'll be 1-1.
Interesting.
If it's going to happen.
I think Man City is a little bit too much of a juggernaut. Tottenham has been leaking goals this year. That high line has just been really wonky. I don't know how it's going to be 1-1. I can see it being a 3-1 loss, but I also feel as though Tottenham has enough firepower to at least try. So
Let me tell you why. I feel like it's this end of the season, and yeah, you're right. Their high line has been wonky as Willy. I mean, it has been ridiculous. So can they do? It's either going to be a 1-1 draw or City's just going to take it, like they do. So I'm gonna be a bit of an optimist that that Spurs can go into it tomorrow and actually hold themselves together and make at least a white wall that can stop these damn White Walkers from coming across coming down to the south. Jeez, oh man. So yeah, that's my prediction. So 1-1 for them. And the Arsenal, I'm not gonna say it, but Arsenal to win.
Hey,
Arsenal to win against Everton on Sunday.
Okay.
By at least 2 goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not really standing on it, but you at least got us with the win. So.
Oh no, yeah, no, we're definitely to win. I mean, I could even go shots on target if we must, but it'd be Leandro Trossard and Kai Havertz lose 1 shot on target, and it will Arsenal to win by at least 2 goals.
Okay, yeah, and
that's stand on that business.
Hey, we're standing on business this week, guys. I think that's going to be the name of the segment instead of Ease Bets. It's just going to be called Standing on Business.
Standing on business.
Yeah. Before we get into our main story for the week, I want to thank everyone again for listening. We're on YouTube, we're on IG, we're on Spotify. Dem Boys Watch Footy. That is our handle. This week, want to talk about the Premier League in general. Is it a fraudulent league? It's been highly touted as the number 1 league in the world. And right now in Europe, there are no teams from in any of the European competitions that are in the finals. As well, in the Champions League expansion next year, Germany as well as Italy have taken the additional seating spots. So now the competition is being expanded, which meant 2 other leagues got to have 1 additional team be able to join the Champions League. And Germany and Italy were the 2 countries that were able to take that over. And as well, we saw this past week, Aston Villa lost to Olympiacos, the 4th seeded Greek team right now, losing on a 6-2 aggregate. And Aston Villa is currently in the top 4 of the Premier League. So, yeah, Waj, what do you think? I mean, my thought of it is are we really that great? Are we just really taking our own we're just looking and saying, yeah, this is amazing, or like, are we
No,
being
no,
objective?
no. Totally objective. The Premier League is by far the best league in Europe. But they also have to play the hardest games. And the fact is, by the time that the English teams are getting to the end of to the end of the cups, they're exhausted. They are completely broken. It is the hardest league to play in. They're running on fumes by this point. I don't think it's as hard, especially for Olympiacos, for example. And they're fourth
They're
in the Greek
fourth.
league. So I mean, obviously they're playing for just for champion, just for European promotion. They're not playing for the cup. Uh, you know, Man
Are
City.
we discounting all of these other league
No,
players though?
these other leagues are of course amazing leagues, but at the end of the day, the Premier League is the best. It has the best talent shared amongst multiple teams, and you never know who can truly win. And yes, you can say that all of the leagues have you never know, you can have surprise games, but let's be serious. The amount of strength that you have in the Premier League compared to other leagues, comparatively, 1 through 20, Premier League is the best.
I don't know. I mean, looking at who's being relegated, so right now, all of the teams that were promoted into the Premier League this past year, Sheffield United, Luton Town, and Burnley, they all are
Mm-hmm.
going back down. Like, there
Yep.
was no real parity in the league. The refereeing has been pretty god awful all year long. And
Oh well, if we're
that
going to talk about refereeing, that's a whole other
no, I'm talking
topic.
about the
The
league in general, and all of these things are put into it. You got to look at it object, like take a full step back and
oh, we
look at
want to
it
have
objectively.
the full thing. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah,
you got to look at the league in general in full. Like there's been match fixing probes over in Italy, which they've been able to fix. You've been having racial issues over in Italy and Spain.
in Spain, yeah,
Yeah, that's been really bad. But I would say right now Germany is actually in contention for the top league. Like five teams. You have one team that's undefeated right now. You have a squad in Bayern Munich that made it to the semifinals. You had a few of their other squads make it pretty deep in the Europa competition outside of Leverkusen. Even within the Conference Cup, they made it pretty far. And all I've seen with the way that their business model is how they can get a lot of different squads promoted, a lot of different ownership options as well, with fan bases actually having ownership within these
yeah,
teams
yeah.
and keeping it
That's true.
competitive. I feel as though we're not giving Bundesliga enough credit. I will say I really love what the Premier League stands for, what they do, but at the same time, I'm just not seeing the Premier League can stand on business and say they're the best, you know?
I mean, I still think. I mean, all the points you made are absolutely all righteous points, but I still think that they're the best. But with that said, I think what you made some really good points, and yeah, look at Bundesliga, look at these other leagues. They are definitely on the come up. They're. I mean, if you look at Germany, it is the. I mean, I would say it's arguably the best league to go in for youth development, right?
Definitely. I mean, a lot of English players has been learning that it's smarter to go to a squad like Dortmund. What we saw with Jude Bellingham, a squad, and Jadon Sancho. You go over there, you actually get some real experience. It propels you to be bought by other squads, either in England or in Spain. Jude is probably the best example where he's a huge focal point of Real Madrid's surgence this year. He was a really big part of their title winning run over in the La Liga. And then, as well, with even though he wasn't really big in the semifinal, he still had big goals all throughout their Champions League campaign. Jadon Sancho, huge focal point. You leave Manchester United, you tell Eric Ten Hag just to suck it. I'm not going to apologize, and then you just ball out. Like I feel as though tactically they look better. It's better looking footy. Like I can watch a Wolfsburg game versus Leverkusen going to Saturday and enjoy it. I sometimes cannot watch a Brentford versus Brighton matchup. You know, like think about those matchups and you're just like, hold up. Is this really the best that I'm watching? Like I have to take a break on that one.
for our community to decide. You tell us what you think, because
Yeah.
there's too many points here to make. I mean, there's too many compartments of, for us to cover this in 10 minutes. I think.
Yeah. We can jump a little bit harder. Please, in the comments, let us know how you feel. Like, what do you feel is the best league in the world right now? Is the Premier League a fraud, as I'm saying, or are you seeing another league in the world that we aren't big upping right now? So, yeah.
Imagine there's this mystery league somewhere that we just don't know about that's got all these games, and it's like the next up and coming league.
The A League over in Japan. Who knows?
Right.
there's some ballers coming out of Japan, so we'll see.
I was actually just watching this really cool. It was on Instagram actually, and it was by Fulham about this crazy this guy in Chennai in India. This crazy Fulham fan. He was talking about just the following out in India, and I didn't get to finish the whole thing, but I was like, I need to. You see, I know that India's got has got a big football following locally. It's obviously not big internationally, but next time I need to go to India. Next time I go to India, I need to go check out one of these games.
I feel that.
Then understand why he's a Fulham fan. That'd be my next question.
Okay.
But you never know. It could be the Indian League, could be the next Super League.
Well, yeah. Before we close out, we're going to leave you with some additional crazy news that we've heard. Some good news, some crazy news.
Oh man, Vivian Miedema. At the 7 years, our historic, record-breaking striker is leaving us for greener pastures. I personally, as a Gooner, wish her all the best in her next venture. She had a hard season. She had an ACL injury. She had two big injuries this past year, over the past year, which really reduced it to about, I think it was only 13 games, only 13 matches. But she's absolutely amazing. Of course, she came back and scored right away when she came back towards the end of the season. Just such a shame to be seeing her leave. I'm actually not sure where she's going. I don't know if it's been announced, but yeah, I mean, she was just absolutely amazing to see everything that she did at Arsenal. And she's still got so much of a bright future ahead of her. So, all the best to Vivian Miedema.
All the best to the legend. And then in our crazier news of the day, right across the story, as I was leaving the office, ex-Barcelona star may need to take a DNA test. There's a claim that he sent his twin brother to play for the club that he signed for instead of himself.
Crazy.
When I was reading this, the defender Edgar, former player for Barcelona, and now he plays over at Dinamo Bucharest over in Romania. They said that his twin brother may have played 5 games in his place without the club realizing.
Yo, that's just wild. So what were you doing?
So in these 5 games, his twin brother Edelinho possibly could have played to help win their battle against relegation in Romanian top flight. And the fraud was uncovered by a journalist, Daniel Sindre, who reported that the suspicions really started happening when the player can only communicate Portuguese despite playing in Spain, France, Turkey, and Netherlands. And so when it got a little bit higher because the player, the player in question, Edgar Edelinho, reported to refuse to show his driver's license whenever he was asked by journalists. Which is, I mean, I would not.
Yeah,
I would
why you
not
gotta show your
show.
driver's?
Yeah, like that's a little bit of invasion of privacy. But the team said that it couldn't have been his twin brother because of the scar on the back of his Achilles after he had surgery. So this is one of the more crazier rows. This is like a catch me if you can type of situation, or just like a twin just trying to get out of actually playing. He probably got something going on. She's like, you know what, bro? Can you play for me real quick?
You know what? You've always wanted a twin to just go in for work. Just a clone to go to work for you so you can stay home and do nothing.
Yeah, I can't be in Romania right now. I got to get out of here. This is one of the more more insane things come out of football. But yeah, I wanted to throw a little bit of flair here before we leave.
Oh
So
man,
yeah,
we gotta honestly we have to make sure that we keep up with the story. I cannot wait to find out what happens, and this
this
will
will be a
probably become a
summer run.
Netflix. This will be a Netflix documentary. I swear to you, if this is real. Either way, it'll
Yeah,
become either Netflix or one of the other sports
yeah,
stations. Up
yeah.
there.
We got to see at least like a 6 episode dramatization for this.
Based on a true story.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you again for giving us a listen with Dem Boys Watch Footy. It's your boy E.
And your boy Waj.
Hey, thank you again. Have a great one.
Cheers.